Okay, let's solve some absolute value inequalities. Now we start these out the exact same way. To get rid of plus 6, I'm going to subtract 6. To get rid of times 3, I'm going to divide by 3. And I'm going to go ahead and do both of those in that first step. So to get rid of, again, a plus 6, we're going to do minus 6. To get rid of times 3, we're going to divide by 3, and that's going to give me a value of 3. Now, next step. This is a little tricky. Next step, you're going to look at this symbol. This is when you're solving absolute value inequalities. If this symbol is a less than, your answer is going to be an and statement, meaning it'll look like this. And statements are the sandwich statements. Since this is less than, my answer is going to look like this. If it's a greater than symbol, my answer is going to be an or, meaning it's going to look something like this. This is what or statements look like. So keep that in mind. If it's and, if it's a less than, it's going to be an and. If it's a greater than, it's going to be an or. The way I like to remember that is I say the statement less than greater. Less than greater. If it's a less than, it's an and. If it's greater than symbol, it's an or. So next thing we're going to do is use what we call the KISS method. We got to split this. You have an absolute value in the same way to get rid of absolute value we did the plus and minus a while ago. Here's how we're going to split the inequalities. KI stands for keep it. When we split it, when we drop the inequality symbols, first off, we're going to keep it the same. Again, I'll remind you this is an and statement. The next time we're going to write it, we're going to switch, meaning we're going to switch the symbol over, and we're going to switch the positive to a negative. We solve each of them, and we're finished. So to get rid of plus 2, I'm going to do minus 2. To get rid of times 1/2, I'm going to divide by 1/2, which is the same thing as multiplying by 2. So the first part of my answer, and I'm just going to come over here and write it for now, will be x, subtract 2, multiply by 2, so that gives me x is less than 2. And, again, we're going to subtract 2, which gives me negative 5, multiply by 2, which gives you negative 10. So x is greater than negative 10. So your answer looks like this. X is less than 2. X is greater than negative 10. If you need to draw it, here's negative 10. Here's 2. X is bigger than negative 10, smaller than 2, so that means it's in between. You can write that as a sandwich, like negative 10 is less than, X is less than 2, like small, medium, large. Or you can say it's just all the values from negative 10 up to 2, non-inclusive. So that's a less than. Let's try a greater than. Or in this case, a greater than or equal to. So step number 1, let's clean this up first just to make sure it's a greater than or equal to. So we're going to add 10 to get rid of that, which gives me 1/2 absolute value of x minus 4 is greater than or equal to 2. I've got to divide by 1/2, which is the same thing as multiplying by 2. So this gives me the absolute value of x plus 4 is greater than or equal to 4. Next up, I've got to split this thing. Since it's greater, I'm going to write it as an or statement. Also, I'm going to do keep it, switch, which means step number 1, I'm keeping everything the same. Step number 2, when I rewrite the second one, I'm going to switch and switch. Solve each of them. Move the 4 over by adding. That gives me x is greater than or equal to 8. Move the 4 over by adding gives me x is less than or equal to 0. So either x is bigger than 8 or x is smaller than 0. So let's write that again. It's an or statement, which means it's going to look like this or like this. So x is less than 0 means all the values from negative infinity up to 0, inclusive, or all the values from 8 to infinity, also inclusive. That's what your answers look like.